So,
amid the bustle of urban Kowloon lies a model for future buildings. This is Hong Kong's first zero-carbon building. The three-story structure houses a model eco-office as well as an eco-home, both equipped with some of the latest cutting-edge green technology. The project aims to go beyond being carbon neutral by generating more energy than it consumes. It achieves this through the building's climate-responsive design, which maximizes natural ventilation and lighting. So-called green active systems, such as the use of these high-volume, low-speed ceiling fans, enhance airflow, cutting the need for air conditioning, while an underfloor displacement system is used for efficient air conditioning.
The cool air is coming from the bottom and it goes through your body first. The air gets warmer by going through your body, then obviously rises up. So when you got such a large void space on the top, really you don't care. So by achieving the same comfort level, you use less energy. So that's really the benefit of the floor cooling.
Electricity is derived from renewable energy, 2/3 from biofuel produced on-site using restaurant food waste, and the rest from solar energy. The building, though, is not just a showpiece of what could be, it serves as a test lab for the construction industry. Some 2,800 sensors have been installed throughout the building to provide real-time monitoring of information such as temperature, emissions, and humidity.
We want to test all those technologies and to see how it works in practice. And then we will evaluate their costs, their performance, and then we'll disseminate the information to the industry stakeholders with the view to promote the suitable technologies and its their application in Hong Kong.
Outside, a 2,000 square meter area is a green oasis, further contributing to the building's positive influence on the climate. More than 200 native trees make this Hong Kong's first urban native woodland.
At the moment, it don't look like a woodland, it's almost like a nursery. So small trees. In 2 or 3 years' time, it will look very different.
Dr. Lee says taking into account the embodied energy of the construction process itself also helps ensure the building leaves a low carbon footprint. Builders took steps such as sourcing supplies locally and using renewable materials such as bamboo or these paver blocks made from recycled glass and fly ash, which help cool the environment by encouraging water evaporation. All pieces of the larger zero-carbon building project, which itself promotes the government's goal of cutting carbon intensity by up to 60% by 2020.
By the way, that's taking place in China, which just is having its own selection process.
Oh, yeah.
See, they have their selection. The U.S. just had theirs.
Yeah.
But at least the Chinese know that their votes don't count for anything.
At least they're upfront about the totalitarian regime. They don't paint it in the, oh, you have a democracy. Oh, your vote counts. I mean, Harper proved beyond any doubt whatsoever your vote counts for nothing
We have
in
a
this
strong
country.
conservative mandate. Anyway.
26% of the population votes for Harper. Mr. Robocall Decepticonus himself, and, of course, his happy little dream just came true. Our own dictatorial leader got mandatory minimums put in place in Canada. That just went through.
Right after the U.S. decided that the war on drugs is not such a good idea.
They know that the war on drugs is a failure. They know that mandatory minimums don't work. These fascists, right now, Stephen Harper, lead fascist himself, the front man for the oil company that he is, gets his way and gets mandatory minimums put through. What are we going to do about this? Point out the fact that the courts have no relevance.
They have no relevance. It's law of the sea. It's not common law.
Yeah, there's no law. And make sure that you take a look at the law of the sea to find out why we call them Your Honor, why it's called the bar, and why there's no responsibility of the crown to the population.
And don't forget that bench is banco.
Is that what it is?
And banco means...
bank.
There you go. He is just the administrator of the court. That's
right.
all a judge is.
Yeah. Okay. There's no judgment involved here, and that's the reason why you won't get any democracy in judgments whatsoever.
Well, you're just there to represent your trust anyway.
That's your only job right now. How long is this one? Let's just take a break. One thing that we don't talk about is the way that the timing works around here at Radio Free Canada, because we are taking care of a few other people out there. We've got to take a quick break. We have to take out 2 minutes, because I hate to say it, we're running a little bit late today, but it's Friday. Who gives? I mean, come on. You're not so uptight that you need to work hard all day Friday, are you? I mean, really?
Really? Well, we do have a short commercial break coming up right now.
Okay, let's do it. We'll be right back.
This man is suffering from erectile dysfunction. ED is known to affect 5% of 40-year-old men, and then 15 to 25% of 65-year-old men. This guy looks young and healthy, so he's got a serious problem. Then he found out about Cialis. Cialis is a prescription drug that will maintain an erection for a seriously long time. Like, kind of painful long. Cialis could be the tripod that'll stabilize your life. Side effects include backache, heart attack, irritable lungs, toothache, excessive thirst, nausea or dizziness, projectile vomiting, explosive diarrhea, and not to mention the long, really kind of like ridiculously, like never heard of long-lasting erection. Don't just take Cialis for yourself. Do it for her. Or him. Dr. Hatch recommends Cialis. This man is actually just an actor who's holding a clipboard and wearing a lab coat, making him seem like a doctor. But like I said, he's just an actor, so... But do you believe him?
One of the major reasons why we love showing up to work. It's Radio Free Canada, bringing you solutions and things that major media doesn't want us to talk about. Remember, the United States, Southern California right now, they have 7.5 acres that feeds 250,000 people a year. And that was land that was donated by the city. Unfortunately, it is underneath power wires, but we're going to overlook that point. And remember, I think it's Kansas. Aquaponics there, 5 acres, 1 million pounds of food a year. Remember, there are solutions CHBC isn't talking about.
No, we still put our power lines overhead too, don't we?
Yeah, I know. And we're looking at that. We've seen that the magnetic fields that are putting off cause problems, leukemia in school children located next to them. And if you want to see an outrageous situation, look at Raymer School right here in Kelowna, British Columbia, right underneath our major power lines.
Of course, there is also the fact that overhead power lines are susceptible to climate and storms. Ask the people in New York how they feel about their overhead power lines.
How's that working out for you? Aren't you glad you left a major corporation in charge of your power systems? Right here, they're fighting against it. Smart meters. Make sure you get informed and all about that. We're talking about solutions here, though, and I mean cool ones.
Here's a major commercial idea behind it.
This is cool.
More than ever, energy powers every aspect of our lives. But increasingly, energy is fraught with challenges. Innovation is crucial to securing our energy future. The answer? EOS. Safe, reliable, low-cost energy storage. Modular, rechargeable batteries that plug into the electricity grid. Now, let's see how a simple idea can change our lives. Power is a $2 trillion per year business. It's the largest supply chain on the planet and the only one that has almost no storage. Every time we turn on a light bulb, somewhere a power plant has to keep it burning because it has to be available 24/7. 10% of all power generation and transmission, and 25% of all distribution, the really expensive assets, are used less than 400 hours each year. And the other 8,360 hours, they're not used. And hundreds of billions of dollars are planned for even more infrastructure to keep it going, all because we have no storage. Not efficient, not clean or green, not affordable, definitely not the future. Imagine a world where power can be captured at the lowest rate, stored, and used when needed, during peak times, at off-peak prices, where you can bottle energy in a battery, capacity on tap when we need it. Imagine a world where wind, 80% of which blows at night when we don't need it, can power our world in the day when we do need it. On demand, available, and ready when the world is. Improved efficiency, increased profits. Imagine a world where fuel and emissions take a back seat to a smarter, greener, more efficient transport system. The world's oil demands are reduced, along with the problems and costs that come with it. Surprised the world doesn't already work this way? So are we. It's time. Finally, batteries that stand up to a generation's power demands. It's the first ever long life, low cost, rechargeable zinc air battery. Expandable batteries built in standard sizes. They're compact and safe to install in homes and offices. Designed to last 30 years with no replacement parts. We store energy to run your business more profitably, more reliably. It's time for the battery to enable the future of energy. Powering the dawn of energy storage. EOS. Why now? Because it's possible today. Ask us how.